Hello. Wow, I was already showing my screen that I'm about to share with you. Welcome to the video show. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So if you're watching, give us a like, share this video as well. And as always, feel free to comment throughout if you've got any questions. Even if it's not about the subject, just post a comment if you've got a question and I will try my best to answer it at the end. So today's video, we're looking at how viewing habits have changed over the past few years. So I know that people definitely watch videos in different ways. That times have changed very, very quickly. And the reason I thought this was because I was sort of going through my Facebook memories as you do, and I saw this post. I'm just going to share it with you here. So it was from 2015, and this is what it looked like. So the majority of people watch my videos on the computer, probably about half of that on mobile phone, and then half again on a tablet. Pretty much none on a TV and none on a games console. This is 2015, so I didn't really expect many people to be watching YouTube videos on a TV or a games console. Tablets were probably very, very popular at the time. Still are. I've still got an iPad. What am I talking about? But yeah, as mobile phone, and I thought, wonder what this would look like now. So there's like another little percentage breakdown of what that is. So 58% of the views came on a computer, 30% on a mobile phone. So yeah, about half, and then half again nearly on a tablet, and then 0.4% on TV, 0.1% on the games console. Estimated minutes watched 792, 411, 214, 8, and 1. That's probably me on the games console. And then the view duration 1 minute 09, 110, 131, 133. So tablet and TV, people tend to watch for a little bit longer, and it's about the same for mobile and computer. So I thought, I wonder what that would look like now. So let's have a little look. So I went to my most popular YouTube video, which is a video called Pattern Interrupts in Video Marketing. And it's all about how to use pattern interrupts within video to sort of break people's pattern to make sure that they start listening and they stop what they're doing and they pay attention to your video. So take a look at that video if that sounds at all interesting. But I thought because that's been my most viewed video, that'd probably have like the biggest like amount of data on it that I could really break down and how that would look. And then once we've had a look at that, I want to see what you can do and what I can do in terms of the videos you're going to be making in the future and how that will affect you. So let's have a look. Okay, so as you can see, computer is still number one. Mobile phone, I think it's closed the gap a little bit. So it was about half of a computer before. Tablet was about half a mobile phone. So tablet has gone right down. TV, about the same. Games console, about the same. So the viewing times before were longer on tablet and TV, and they still are longer here. I can zoom in. Can I zoom in? Yes, I can zoom in. Cool. Yeah, they're still longer on. What happened there? This is what happens. So they're still longer on TV and what was that one? Tablet. They're slightly shorter on mobile phone and computer, but again, mobile phone, people are watching more on a mobile phone than they were 5 years ago, and probably about the same on computer, but people are just still watching more. Tablet has really, really shrunk in the last few years. TV has grown a tiny little bit, and games console has grown a tiny little bit. So what can we expect for the next few years? I expect mobile phone to grow even more. It's interesting to see that tablet has shrunk so much. So are people using tablets for totally different reasons? I use mine for just sort of watching Netflix. I do watch YouTube videos on it, but I think because you have your mobile phone with you all the time, it is a lot easier just to watch videos on your phone. And yeah, to be honest, I use my iPad a lot for just sort of work-based stuff. And then people are still watching heavily. It's only gone down by about 3% on computers. So where people are still on laptops, people have been sat at home on their laptops for the last year, especially. So I posted this video originally in 2019, so it's about 2 years old. And people are still watching heavily on computers. So that's interesting as well. So what does this mean for us people who are making videos? So I think take a long look at what people are doing in terms of their viewing habits. How long have they watched for? So that video is, let's have a look, 2 minutes 58, and they're watching for about 3/4 of it. So just be aware of like how long people are watching for. If you make longer videos on YouTube, I think people do stick around and watch them. But if people are watching sort of 3/4 to the for the majority of your video, just I think keep an eye on that, because that's quite interesting. Keep an eye on if I get my words out, keep an eye on how long people are watching your videos for. It's interesting to see what they watch on. So make videos that are quite easily digestible, so quick and to the point if they're watching it heavily on mobile devices, if they're watching it on LinkedIn. So that's just for YouTube because they have really good analytics. Tailor your videos around that. Also, keep an eye on when they switch off. So for me, I'm noticing they switch off around about the 1.5 minute mark. So on YouTube, it might be worthwhile having a little YouTube card in there just to point people to a similar video that they might also find interesting. And then you can lead them off to other content that they might find interesting if they're sort of thinking of switching off, if the video's got to the point where I'm just sort of signing off and getting to the end of that video, get them onto another video. So keep an eye on that, and then I think you can sort of tailor your videos around that. So I think that's really interesting to look at that. I'd love to know what you've done in terms of your videos and what your analytics say and where you think videos are going in the future, because I think mobile phone viewership is only going to go up, especially with new apps coming out, people digesting videos in different ways. So people will, like TikTok wasn't even a thing 6 years ago. I think Snapchat was only just about. So people are watching those shorter videos, but also people, you want people to sort of click through to your website to sign up to your stuff on your website as well. So I would recommend having a longer form content video on your website and using your shorter form stuff to get people to it. So I hope that's made sense. It's absolutely sweltering in here, so I'm going to keep the video relatively short today because I can't have a fan on whilst we're on. So that's it for the episode of the video show. If you've got any questions, if you're watching this back, please feel free to put them in the comments and I'll be very happy to answer. And I will see you next week, where we'll be talking about with a special guest, Ed Purnell, about how him and ERA have put together a new series of consultancy insights and how that has worked for them in terms of franchise recruitment. So it's a little bit of a interesting spin on long form content. We'll be talking to Ed about that. So keep an eye out for that. I'll be live next Wednesday around about the same time. But I will leave you now to get on with watching the rest of the Euros. And I think there's like, who we got next? Like Turkey or something? Wales? Turkey, Wales. Good luck, Wales. So that's it. I'll see you next time. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.